Welcome to Lifespan Human Development video lecture about late adulthood, emotional and social development. There used to be a skit on Saturday Night Live where Dana Carvey portrayed a grumpy old man, saying that's the way it was and we liked it. Many of us encounter elderly people who appear grumpy, but in reality, most elderly people are happy. There are some instances of people who suffer from depression and loneliness, and we need to also keep in mind that suicide rates are highest among elderly males. But research tells us that elderly people who have a positive outlook are those who have more social relationships, they attend religious services, participate in clubs or organizations, follow the news and current events, and have an extroverted personality, as well as live with other people. Those who have a negative outlook are often experiencing neuroticism, have a major illness, financial problems, or feel alone or live alone. This is the time that Erickson called the integrity versus despair stage, where we recognize that we are reaching the end of our lives. If we've lived a full life with little regret, then we might feel content and produce a sense of integrity. We may conduct a life review, which is a way that we can share our family history from one generation to another. If we don't feel this way, we might find ourselves in despair, full of what-ifs and regrets. We may feel as if our life has been wasted and we've missed a lot of opportunities. In addition, there are many theories of aging. The trait theory suggests that elderly people fall into four categories: the integrated, the armored defended, the passive dependent, and the unintegrated. There's also the disengagement theory of aging, where we become aware that the end of our life is approaching and we disengage or step back from everything. The activity theory says that we should stay active and find substitutes for things that we stop doing. The role exit theory suggests that when we reach our retirement or widowhood, we reduce our opportunities to remain socially useful. The social exchange theory reports that we enter into social relationships because of the rewards they give back. Friendships are very important to older people, which is why you may see a charter bus full of elderly people doing activities within the community. They find satisfaction in maintaining close relationships with friends. Many seek retirement at this time of their lives, which may leave them struggling financially. As we enter late adulthood, our living arrangements may change. I think that many people are surprised to find out that only 5% of elderly people are entered into institutional care, like nursing homes, in their later years. Most of them are living with family or friends and have in-home services. This is because most family members will take care of their elderly family members. Some are still married, some are still functioning as a married couple, some might get remarried, and some may have siblings to rely on. Some may live in institutions, which is no surprise, and each caregiving environment has its own social climate. Retirement communities allow elderly people to live comfortably, but some can get assistance with household chores, shopping, scheduling appointments, and extracurricular activities. One thing that many of us probably don't think about is elder abuse, which is typically perpetrated by an adult child or a spouse. This is an abusive action that can cause harm or distress to an older person. Usually it takes place as a form of physical violence where you hurt the person, you could steal their medications, neglect their immediate needs like withholding medication, food, and hygiene. There's also exploitation, in which someone takes advantage of the elderly person, stealing his or her money or her benefits. Psychological abuse of the elderly includes verbal harassment, intimidation, and isolation. You threaten to abandon them or harm them if they don't do what you want them to do. Regardless, it's illegal and morally wrong. So as you can see, growing old can be quite an adventure, just as your life is now. So it's full of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and can be exciting or dull. In essence, it's up to us to decide where we want to go from here.